as Bombay rare blood. Rare blood. Only one person is found with this blood group, and now the scientists find out that only H antigen is present. H antigen is present in that blood group. So the name of blood group is HH blood group. So HH blood group is the very rare blood group found in Bombay. So the name itself is kept that Bombay rare blood group. Bombay rare group. HH blood group. So now it's a universal donor because this blood has no A antigen, no B antigen, no A antibody, no B antibody. So no antigen and no antibody is present. So it can be transfused or it can be donated to any blood group. But any blood group cannot donate this blood group, Bombay rare group. So Bombay rare blood group is the rarest blood group and it is universal donor. Apart from O negative. O negative is also universal donor and this is also universal donor. But this blood group cannot accept blood from any other blood group person. Only HH. But unfortunately or fortunately that person is only one in the world. So nobody can give blood to this person. So other alternatives are available like plasma and saline water, okay, and those injections and medicines which can increase the hemoglobin level in the blood. So in Second World War, what happened when the blood deficiency is spread, because all of the persons are suffering injured in the Second World War. So at that time that plasma has been invented with the name of hemaxil, and the slogan is given that next best to blood. If blood is not available, put the hemaxil. Another company, Ratan Tata has made Ralidax. So there are two companies at that time. Ralidax is manufactured from the plant gelatin and hemaxil is manufactured from the animal gelatin. So animal gelatin are the bones of animals. Those animals which are died, bones has been picked out and gelatin is taken from the bone, and that bone gelatin is made as a substitute of blood. Okay. So no worry, blood is not a problem now in medical science. We have to understand only the knowledge and policy rules of this blood donation and blood group, who can receive blood group, who can donate blood group, only that, for the sake of passing the examination. You are not able to, you are not here to transfuse the blood, simple as that. We are here to understand and learn what is blood group, what is positive, what is negative, what is our spectrum, like that. Okay, so we have to study only. So HS blood group is now rarest blood group in the universe, and this is known as Bombay rare blood. Okay. So coming to the circulatory system, because blood transport in our human being in a circulatory system, so we start circulatory system. So circulatory system is of three types. One is the vessel through which the blood transports in our body. The other one is heart, which pump the blood, and the third one is blood itself. So all these comes under circulatory system. Blood and lymph also. So limbs flow in lymphatic system. Okay. Blood flow in circulatory system, and both system are comes under circulatory system. So we will start. We studied blood. We will study vessel. Vessel is of two type. One is artery, another is vein, and capillaries. Correct. Capillaries. So coming to the heart first. So what is heart? Heart is a muscular organ. Okay, and it is a self contracting and relaxing muscle. It is a self. Nobody operates the heart. Heart itself contracts and relax, and by this way it pumps the blood in our body. Getting everybody? What's up? Getting? Okay, no problem. Okay. So look, this is a heart. Heart is a four-chambered muscular structure. So suppose I am standing in front of you. So my right side is right part and left side is left part. Okay. So this is the right part of the heart and this is left part of heart. The upper two chamber are known as atrium or known as auricle or auricle. So you say either auricle or you say either atrium, no problem. And the lower part means these two chamber are known as ventricles. Okay. So these two chambers are ventricles. So right atrium RA and left atrium LA, because the other part is atrium and lower part is ventricle. So this is right ventricle and left ventricle or LV. No problem. Right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, right or left. Sorry. Left atrium, left ventricle, right atrium, right ventricle. So upper one is atrium, lower one is. So the wall which separates this upper part and lower part is known as, this is a wall and this is also this wall which separates the part in right part and left part. Okay. So this wall is known as septum. Septum separates the right side of the heart and left side of the heart. Got it? So this wall is known as septum. Now what about this wall? This wall has two valve. What is valve? Tricuspid valve and pipe. What is valve? Look, I am making a door here. You have this door through which you are entering in the room. This door can open inside, cannot be open outside. So suppose somebody is coming from outside, very simply he will push the gate and come inside. But if you push the gate outside, this will not go out. This will not go out, and you cannot move out. Why? Because it's a one-sided door. Okay, this door is one-sided. It can be pulled only inside, cannot be pushed outside. So valve is also one-way door. It's a one-way door. So one-way door like this. So here what happened? First we understand the structure. Here what happened? That this valve is like this. So blood easily comes from upper part to lower part. So this is called, this valve is called bicuspid valve. How will you remember it? Look, in Hindi it is called baya. So B is baya and B is bicuspid. Remember? B is baya and B is bicuspid. So left side mein the valve is known as bicuspid valve. Okay? And in right side, just opposite to this is known as tricuspid valve. I just remove it. And this is known as tricuspid valve. And why I am making like this? Because blood always comes from upper part to lower part. Okay, it's a one-way traffic. So blood comes in the upper part of the heart and then move to the lower part of the heart. And in left side it moves through bicuspid valve, and in right side it moves through tricuspid valve. So when blood tries to go back, the valve closes and blood cannot enter in the upper part from lower. So once blood comes from this to this, this to this, it cannot move out. Okay, ऐसे बस here, like this. It is coming like this, and again when going it closes. So it's a one-way valve which moves from upper side to lower side. So blood comes from upper part to lower part through two valves. In right side it is tricuspid valve. So I am writing here tricuspid valve, TRICUSPID. It is tricuspid valve, this valve, and this valve is known as bicuspid valve. Just remembering, baya side is bicuspid valve and the next one is tricuspid valve. Okay, one you remember, the other you will get how it is, what is about. Okay, so now this is the heart. Now the problem is this, and this wall is known as septum. If anybody suffering from any hole in this septum like this, suppose there is hole, then this is known as, doctor said it is the hole in the heart, dil mein ched hai. So this dil mein chhed is the septum is ruptured, there is a hole in septum. So what is happening? Blood mixes from right to left or from left to right. So the function of heart does not work well and blood intermixes in the heart. So oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood got mixed and the person will get less oxygen through the blood. That we will study now. Okay. So the growth of person will stop. So if it is an infant or in a small child, the growth of the child does not happen in proper manner. So the child is like child because the growth is not there. Then there is the only way to treat it is operation. The doctor stitch this wall and the person will okay. Okay. So the study of heart is known as cardiology. So heart is known as cardiac. So it is known as cardiology. The study of heart is known as cardiology. Yes, come. So the study of heart is known as cardiologist and the doctors are known as cardiologist. Okay, and the muscle is known as cardiac muscle. We have studied in the muscle, cardiac muscle. There are 3 types of muscle: involuntary, voluntary and cardiac muscle. These are muscular tissue. What we have studied? That muscles in which animal tissue. So tissue are of 4 types: epithelial, connective, nervous and muscular. So muscular tissue is of 3 types: voluntary, involuntary and cardiac. So cardiac muscle is a separate type of muscle, separate type of tissue. Okay, got it? And how many types of this nervous tissue? How many types of nervous tissue? Nervous tissue is one type, only neuron is the only cell. The combination of neuron or nerve makes nervous tissue. And how many types of connective tissue? Blood is connective tissue, yes. Simple. Blood, bone, cartilage are connective tissues. 2 more. Ligament and tendon. These 5 are important. So ligament connects which part of which part? Which part to which part? And tendon connect bone to muscle. These are 2 important questions. And one question has been asked in the Convent Crorepati. It's a question of 10 lakh rupees. So don't forget it. You are missing 10 lakh rupees. So either learn or give me the 10 lakh rupees. Ashish, understood? What? What is ligament? It's a not type of muscle. It's a tissue. Which connects bone to, sir, my bone to Utsav bone. Then bone transplant is possible. So ligament connects to bone and tendon connects to bone to muscle. Ligament connect to Ashish and tendon connect to bone to नहीं Ashish tell bone to Mausaji. I heard like this. That's why I am asking you again and again. Bone to Mausaji connects tendon, and his name is Ravi Tandon. Okay. So the study of heart is cardiology. Got it? So you have to note down. Otherwise, we will go to the next page. In which chamber it comes? From the body. The question is this: suppose from my foot the blood is coming to heart. So where it will come? Okay. So come here, next page. This is the first chamber, and upper part starts from letter A. So A means Hindi में आना. So in atrium blood comes. In heart, from anywhere, if blood comes in the heart, it will come in the atrium. Why? Because it's a start from Hindi letter A, आना, आता है. तो blood आता है in the atrium. Got it? So now, hmm? Okay. So blood comes in the atrium. Either it is right atrium or it is left atrium. L in Hindi, it is L for la and la for lungs. So from lungs, blood comes in the left atrium. Lungs से आता है, याद हो गया? In left atrium, blood comes from lungs. So from body it comes in the right atrium, because we have studied now कि in atrium it comes. So there are two organs, one is the lung, one is the body. So from L, lungs, it comes in the left atrium. So blood comes in the left atrium through lungs. So here is the lungs. I am making here lungs. Suppose it's a two type of lungs. One is the left lung, one is the right lung. Do you know lungs is the respiratory system?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so oxygen mixes in the blood in the lungs. So in the from lungs, blood comes in the left atrium. So blood comes in the left atrium, like this. Blood comes, and in left atrium, because lungs mixes oxygen, so it carries which blood? O2 plus blood, oxygenated blood. Blood has oxygen, comes from lungs and comes in the left atrium, left atrium or left auricle in the heart. Okay. Now tell me, from left atrium, blood goes where? Yes, because it's a which valve? Bicuspid valve. So through bicuspid valve, the blood goes in the left ventricle. Left ventricle. Okay. And from left ventricle, the blood goes in the all body cells, all body parts. The name of this vessel is known as aorta. A-U-R-O-T-O. Aorta. And the small vessels makes it arteries. So aorta divided in very, very small and thin pipes which are known as arteries. So artery carries oxygenated blood. Understood?
Yes.
Artery carries oxygenated blood. And from body, suppose this is organs and cells. Here this arteries turn up in the small fibers like this. It is known as capillaries. In capillaries, the exchange of oxygen with carbon dioxide happens, and carbon dioxide is present in the cell after a process called cellular respiration. Who does cellular respiration? Mitochondria. So everywhere in every cell there is a mitochondria. This mitochondria, suppose it is a cell, is a mitochondria. So mitochondria releases CO2, and this capillaries has O2 plus blood. So this exchange, oxygen goes to the cell and in mitochondria, and carbon dioxide from cell to the capillaries. Got it? From there, these capillaries turn into blue color or green color, you say, particle known as deoxygenated blood. This is known as deoxygenated blood. Got it? And this deoxygenated blood flows in the vessel or pipe known as vein. So arteries goes in the cell, oxygen carbon dioxide exchange, oxygen goes in the cell, carbon dioxide come in the blood. That carbon dioxide blood becomes bluish or greenish in color, and that greenish color blood vessels is known as vein, which carries carbon dioxide plus blood. Means all the content of blood with carbon dioxide. And how many components of blood? What are the components of blood carries? first is water, that is known as plasma. The second one is enzyme, then hormones, then WBC, then RBC, then food, then nutrients, then vitamins, then minerals. So oxygen, now it is here, it is carbon dioxide. Oxygen carries still here, artery and then capillaries. There oxygen, the blood releases oxygen and takes carbon dioxide. And again coming towards heart. Now it is coming toward heart. Now tell me, from body, this is body parts, or cells are body parts and organs, tissue. Okay. So from this body parts, which is a cell, the blood comes in the right atrium of the heart. So here blood comes and it carries CO2 plus blood, deoxygenated blood. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So this is the one circulation. Our heart has two circulation. One circulation from left ventricle to right atrium. Means left ventricle, from left ventricle it goes to the body, and from body it comes to the right atrium. This is the one circulation of blood. Heart to heart, one complete cycle over. Once a complete cycle over. Heart, body.
Why heart completes the circulation?
Yes, because blood enters twice in the heart to complete one circulation. Means one blood particle, one blood cells comes twice in the heart to travel in one complete body. One circulation is body to heart, and the other circulation we will study heart to. No, one is the heart to body, other is the heart to lungs, because these two chambers are still there and it is not functioning now. Got it? Who will explain in 2 minutes
This whole process.
this whole process? Till now we have studied.
I will try.
Yes, we are trying. Come here, try. Yes.
I will explain.
Achha, yeah, explain. No problem.
The heart has 4 chambers.
Yes.
The upper part is called right auricle and left auricle, and the lower part is called left auricle and left ventricle.
Okay.
The blood, the oxygenated blood, means O2 and blood, comes from the lungs, and it's come from the lungs to the left auricle firstly. Then it goes through the left auricle, left ventricle, and from aorta, this is the side from where the blood comes out from the left ventricle.
Okay.
And from aorta, it goes down from the body and it makes arteries. And after that, from arteries, it makes capillaries where the oxygen and CO2 exchange, and the capillaries exchange means O2 को वो
Releases O2 and receive carbon dioxide. Yes.
And after that, the CO2 means deoxygenated blood comes from the vein. From vein,
Yes,
there is
yes.
a part, body part, where veins comes with the deoxygenated blood to direct from the right auricle. That's it.
Direct to the right atrium. Yes. So blood comes through vein to the right atrium. Yes, great. Good. Right. Yes.
This is the first circle.
Okay. Now again explain. Now you will get the more ideas.
सबसे पहले वो lungs.
English.
Firstly, the first circulation is that the oxygenated blood comes from the lungs and it goes to the left auricle. And after that, from the left auricle, it goes to the left ventricle, and from aorta, there is a side. This is the side.
This is a vessel, pipe. Vessel. Aorta is the vessel.
This is the vessel.
Okay.
Through which the oxygenated blood goes to the artery, and from artery, the oxygenated blood goes to the capillaries, and from there, the oxygen and carbon dioxide, the oxygen releases, and the capillaries take the deoxygenated blood, means
Carbon dioxide. Yes. Capillaries take carbon dioxide.
Capillaries takes the carbon dioxide, and from capillaries it goes to the veins, and from veins it goes to the direct from the vein takes the deoxygenated blood with carbon dioxide, and it goes to the right auricle.
Great. Very
This is
good.
the first circulation.
Now understand the first attempt is what good or the second attempt is good.
Second attempt.
Why? Because you have explained twice. If you explain third time, you will get more idea.
And I'll explain.
Yes, now you explained in a correct way.
Yes.
Anybody else? Ashish, try.
Sir, first of all, darts. Sir, firstly I explain the structure of.
Yes. Welcome.
Heart have 4 chambers.
Cellular respiration takes place in mitochondria inside the cell, and from there oxygen and carbon dioxide comes out and go in. मतलब carbon dioxide comes out and oxygen comes in. Can you attempt? Okay. Any Palbi? Try. No, try. If you are wrong, it is very good, because can you attempt? मुस्कान ना उत्सव को नहीं बोलेंगे. So उत्सव इज हिंदी मीडियम बच्चा. बाजा मैं. Try. One more. Can you try? Just remember that day, ex-chairman sir what said? Be verbal, extrovert. You know everything. I know you know everything. But how others will know that you know everything? Just by watching the face, I understood that who knows. But I can understand. Others cannot understand. So for that, you have to be vocal and extrovert. Speak more and more. Then only you will learn. If you keep silence, learning is silent. If you speak, learning will be more. No. Muskan, try. No, any language you can use. You can use Bhojpuri, Maghi, no problem. Yes. Now coming to the next page. Yeah, figure, yeah. Just note down. This is one circulation. I am completing this. This is one circulation.
Sir, veins are green in color.
Veins are green in color. Like Amisha, see your here vessel. The carbon dioxide, this oxygen plus blood is carrying in this artery. This artery becomes thread-like structure, very thin thread-like structure, like this. A very thread-like structure. Okay, and then it goes in the, then it goes in the vein. Here O2 and CO2 exchange. It is a thread-like structure, and there it is vein. So vein is green in color or bluish in color. Okay. Due to the presence of CO2. So here it is CO2 plus blood, and here it is O2 plus blood. This red one is hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is also present in there, but due to the CO2, the red becomes green. Okay. Capillary is a thread. So if it is a thread, you just imagine if a thread and water is in the touch of this thread, what will happen? The water comes out like this, and some part will stick in this thread. So here the process which exchange carbon dioxide and oxygen is known as diffusion. So diffusion means motion of moving of one substance from higher concentration to lower concentration is diffusion. So diffusion is the process which exchanges the carbon dioxide with oxygen. Okay, and in the lungs also diffusion is the process which changes the oxygen, which exchanges the oxygen with carbon dioxide, because in lungs oxygen are more and in cell carbon dioxide is more. So if carbon dioxide is more in cells, it comes in the capillaries, comes with the capillaries, and oxygen is more with the capillaries, it comes in the cell. Mitochondria, this is mitochondria, cellular respiration. Where this is capillaries. Capillaries is the just is a junction of artery and vein. It's a part of artery which becomes thin and so thin that it becomes like a fiber. It becomes like a thread. and then exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen by the process called diffusion. And again this thickens and it becomes thick and change in the shape of vein. It is a thick pipe. There carbon dioxide plus blood flows, and again it flows in the right atrium. So blood comes in the heart from body is the chamber right atrium, and from lungs it comes in the left atrium. How will you remember? The lungs left atrium and the next one is body right atrium, and this is the left side, so it is left. Here is the baya side, so it is bicuspid. Got it? And blood comes in the body from left ventricles. How it is? Bhi is the Hindi word bhejna, so ventricle bhejta hai. Either it is bhejing in the, either it is bhejta hai in the body or it bhejta hai in the lungs. Got it? So LV send the blood in the body because Bhi for bhejna, so it sends the body blood in the body.
So what is the role of right ventricle?
Right ventricle also it bhejna, it will bhejing the blood. ये भेजता है, where it will send, so it will send the lungs. Deoxygen, because deoxygenated blood comes here, CO2 plus blood. So through through tricuspid valve. I am using Hindi word to understand. I am not mixing the Hindi word with English. Bhejta hai means Bhi is the bhejta hai. Bhi is the ventricle, and atrium is the A. In atrium आता है, and through from ventricle bhejta hai. So just remember, blood comes in the atrium and blood goes out from the heart through ventricles
Means through right ventricle.
to lungs. So this is the second circulation. I am just making a figure for this. So just come here again. This is the right atrium. We got the idea that in right atrium blood comes from where? Body. Yes, great. So from body it comes from comes in right atrium. Got it? So from body blood comes in the right atrium. The vessel which brings the blood in the heart is known as vein. So this vessel is known as vena cava. CAVA. Got it? Veins brings the blood from body to heart. So here it is a big vein, thick vein. It is known as vena cava. And there are two vena cava. One is from upper part of the body, and the second one is lower part of the body. So upper part of body, the vein which is coming from upper part of body is known as superior vena cava, and the vein which is coming from the lower part of the body is known as inferior vena cava. So there are two pipes. One is here and one is here, and like this the mouths are. So here two vena cava. One is superior vena cava, this one, and other one is inferior vena cava. Just make one more pipe. The second one is inferior vena cava, this one. And this one is inferior vena cava. So inferior vena cava brings the blood from lower part of the body to the right atrium of the heart. Got it? And from left ventricle aorta the blood goes in the body, and from body it comes in the either superior or inferior. The lower is inferior and the upper one is superior. So I am just making this here. So from lower part of the body it comes in the inferior vena cava. Here it is. So I have connected just right. No problem. Just make me understand one. I have drawn the right figure. So body, lower part is inferior vena cava is this I, B, C. So this is lower part of the body. Got it? And from body, upper part of the body, the blood comes in the superior vena cava. No problem? Understood? So just repeat here. In right atrium, the blood comes from body through vena cava. There are two types of vena cava. One is the superior vena cava, which brings the blood from upper part of the body, and there is inferior vena cava, which brings the blood from lower part of the body. Got it?
Yes, sir.
And what is aorta? Aorta brings the blood in the body from left ventricle, and one circle complete. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So this is one circulation. Now here is the lungs. Actually, lungs is not like this. I am making here slightly smaller. The left side of lungs is slightly smaller like this. Why? And the right side lungs is bigger one. This is the right side of the lung, this is the left side of the lung, right side and left side. This space is given for the heart. So heart lies in the left side of the lung. And lungs is a balloon like a structure. It is filled with blood and oxygen. So we respire through nose, the air goes in the lungs, right and left, because left side here is the heart. So the left lungs have some space to keep the heart safely. Okay?
Sir, why is the difference in their size?
Because the heart, one more organ is present in the left side. So for keeping the heart, you have to vacant some space. So for that vacancy, the left lung is smaller in size.
In case of kidney also,
But kidney is the lower part, na? Kidney is here, it's in the stomach lower part. So here is the kidney. At the time,
there is also difference in the shape.
there is also difference. One kidney is bigger and one kidney is smaller, because we use one kidney in the whole life. We don't use other kidney, two kidneys. So one kidney is the stepney. If the first kidney is out of order, the second kidney starts working. And if both are out of order, then kidney transplant. Ask somebody to donate kidney transplant. Okay. So kidney we will study in next class in excretory system. So this is the lung. Now in lungs there is a finger like structure known as alveoli. Alveoli. And in alveoli there is air. So here is the air. Air. Let me draw with this. Air particle. And all air particle is not present. We breathe air that goes in the kidney, and there is a finger like structure known as alveoli, and in this alveoli the tissue is filled with the blood, high amount of blood. Okay, and in that blood there is a respiratory pigment called hemoglobin, which sticks the oxygen with them. Hemoglobin sticks the oxygen only. So here if the blood is moving, it is filled with the blood. When oxygen comes in contact with the hemoglobin of the blood, this oxygen comes in the hemoglobin of the blood. This is known as hemoglobin. It is red in color. Hemoglobin means there is a globulin protein with iron. Hem is the iron. Hem means loha, iron, and plus globulin protein. It is a protein, and mixing together it is called hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is the respiratory pigment. So just write it is a respiratory pigment. Hemoglobin is respiratory pigment. If if it is not present, we are not able to respire, and if we are not able to respire, we do not get energy, and if we do not get energy, we cannot live. So oxygen is the living air. It's a lifeline. What happened in the corona minute person? There lack of oxygen. Oxygen level go down. Okay, so when oxygen level will go down, if in 10% less oxygen you will get, you will fatten. And 20% or 25% gone. Okay. So respiratory pigment is hemoglobin. Now this is oxygen which is in yellow color I have made here. This is oxygen. This sticks with the hemoglobin. So hemoglobin pigment is here. Suppose red is the hemoglobin pigment and yellow one is the oxygen. So oxygen stick on the hemoglobin. So in every hemoglobin there is oxygen molecule which is stick with the hemoglobin and moves in the blood vessel, and that blood vessel is artery or vein. So it is artery. So now if you note down, you just note down, I have to remove it. No. Got it? So first you just note down, then try. Amisha will tell now this time. Anisha. Yeah, definitely complicated. That's why I am here, madam. If it is simple, why I am here and why you are here? It is not making like a tea at your home. Somebody asked me, do you know cooking? I said, so when you do not respire like this, close your nose and mouth. 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, you will not get any change in yourself, because the lungs have air, have oxygen, it mixes the oxygen in blood. Okay, so holding your respiration improve your immunity also, improve your tolerance of not having air. So hold for 5 minutes. Alice is doing yoga.
I can hold for
2 minutes. Somebody holds for 30 minutes, 15 minutes. Like? Yes. It's a type of exercise. It's type of yoga. How much time you hold your respiration? How much amount of oxygen is filled in your lungs? The more amount of oxygen is filled in your lungs, the more time you will hold your respiration. Okay.
This is a simple way that we can check our lungs.
Yes, this is a simple way that check our health.
Yes.
If you are ill, you cannot hold your respiration for much time, because your body need more and more oxygen. So who will try this in 2 minutes? Muskan? No, Pooja, I will give you time. Alice, I will give you time. Except these two. Muskan, tell. You don't tell. Yeah, your name, Anu tell.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
Sir, pulmonary arteries carry CO2 blood, the pre-oxygenated blood, to the lungs. But sir, lungs, how do lungs send left auricle oxygenated blood?
Look, what happened in lungs in the last picture, that's why I have told it in the last picture here. It is lungs. Okay. When the vessel coming from heart to this lung, the two vessels will go in the two parts of the lung, left and right. This is blood coming in the lung. Okay, like this, blood is coming. It will fill in the sac of the lungs, this bag of the lungs. Their diffusion, by the process of diffusion, oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange. CO2 will go out. Like it is CO2. CO2 will go out. CO2. Okay. Alveoli exchanges that. The surface of alveoli exchanges that. Okay. The surface of alveoli have very thin layer. Through this thin layer, oxygen enters and carbon dioxide comes out. Like a net, like a structure. Like suppose like there is a cloth. If you keep water on cloth, the water will come down from cloth like a filter, chalani. So that structure is there on alveoli, that is a porous like structure, small. So the oxygen and CO2 transfer. But blood cells are bigger, so that blood cells do not transfer from inner to outer or from outer to inner. And oxygen carbon dioxide particle are very small, so they cross this. Suppose this is a CO2, it's like this, so it will cross. But suppose it is blood, RBC, it will not come, it will not cross because it's a bigger one. In plasma membrane what happens? Small holes are there, so water comes in and comes out, but bigger particle do not comes in and out like filter. So that filter structure is present on the surface of alveoli. So oxygen enters and carbon dioxide comes out, but blood particles or plasma is bigger size, it trapped in that hole of the filter. Got it? Sieving, understood? Sieving, chalani. So how do you separate the smaller one with bigger one? You keep the substance on the sieve, and from that hole of the sieve the smaller particle drop down and bigger particle hold in the sieve. Similarly the structure, suppose it is a sieve like a structure and there is a hole, sorry, if you keep here oxygen plus blood, what will happen? Blood cells are bigger, this is bigger and this is smaller, so this will comes in. And again CO2 it's smaller, comes out, and this bigger particle of blood cells, WBC, RBC, plasma, will not pass that hole, will not pass the sieve.
In alveoli, the oxygen diffuses with the
Carbon dioxide, oxygen enters and carbon dioxide comes out.
Oxygen combines with the blood and comes to the right, left or right.
Yes, comes to the left, and carbon dioxide from blood goes in the alveoli. Why? Because diffusion said, suppose you lit a agarbatti here, what will happen? The essence of agarbatti will mix with the air particle. Why? Suppose this is agarbatti, the smoke, why this smoke is spreading everywhere? The here the smoke is higher and here water air is higher, so they mix with each other. The air comes here and this fragrance comes here. This is called diffusion. Mixing of two substances is called diffusion. Mixing of two substances called diffusion. You put water in milk, what will happen? The water mixes with the milk. Diffusion, particle intermixing with each other. Okay. So where the particle is more, that particle will come to that point where the particle is less. So higher concentration to lower concentration is called diffusion. And if a membrane is there, this membrane is there, plasma membrane like our skin, then it is called osmosis. Then it is called osmosis. If plasma membrane is there, the same process is called osmosis. And if plasma membrane is not there, the same process is called diffusion. If a membrane is there, osmosis, like in root, water comes in the root cell with osmosis because the root cell's plasma membrane is there. But mixing of water in milk is diffusion. Mixing of a smoke in air is diffusion because no membrane is there. Got it? Any problem? So explain fast. Right. If you want to be an officer, you have to try. If you are wrong, it is good. This one, that previous one. Yes, this one. This one. Nobody will laugh. Who is laughing? Yeah. Yeah, start, no problem. No, just see the picture and read. Read lungs, pulmonary vein, left atrium, then from right ventricle, CO2 plus blood, pulmonary artery and lungs. Just read these 4 points, nothing else. It's very simple 4 points. The blood starts from right ventricle through and carries, moves to from lungs through which blood? O2 plus blood. O2 plus blood comes in. That's it. This is the pulmonary circulation. One complete circulation. Heart to heart again coming. One cycle is completing. Heart from heart again comes in heart. One cycle, one circulation. It is called pulmonary circulation. Pulmonary circulation of blood. So we have 2 circulation. One is pulmonary, and that one is the static we say, but we say it's a heart and body. Okay, so now who else will explain? Aja, one try once more.
The right ventricle carries deoxygenated blood to pulmonary artery, then
Through pulmonary artery. Through. It's a pipe.
pulmonary artery
To
to lungs, and lungs carries oxygenated blood to left atrium.
lungs, no. From lungs, pulmonary vein carriage. From lungs, pulmonary vein.
Pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood to left atrium.
This is called pulmonary.
Circulation.
One circulation complete. Okay. Now who will tell? Anisha, tell. Try. It's very simple. This one is simple. That one, the first one was I understood. It's a little bit harder. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, this is the pulmonary circulation. And can you try the first one now? No, try once. Yeah, from lungs you can start, no problem. You have to speak only these things. From here you start and end it here. Just open over. From left ventricle to right atrium. Matlab from left ventricle of heart to right atrium of heart. This is the first circulation. Okay, yeah, start. No, not from lungs. Lungs we have already studied that in left atrium. Now you have to start from left ventricle. Heart, the place is left ventricle. Hmm. Hmm. Over. This is the first circulation. So our blood has 2 circulation. So we have 2 circulation system. This one is called a static circulation, and that one is called pulmonary circulation. So heart to body and body to heart one, and heart to lungs and lungs to heart second. Now who will explain the second one? Then we will together explain with the 2 slides will explain together. What happened? Oh, gone. Yes, it is there. No, this slide we have to explain now, and then we will try to explain both the slides. Then it's a complete circulation, circulatory system. Who will try? Sujata will try. Will you try? Achha, what's your name? Sapna. And what's your name? I forgot. Priti. And what's your name? Aisha. So can you try? Yeah, Sapna will try. Yes. Oh, very good. Great. Yeah, Aisha, tell. Try. Priti, try.
Right
Hmm.
ventricles, blood carries right ventricles, blood comes and through the pulmonary arteries, deoxygenated blood goes in the lungs.
Hmm.
Then from lungs to pulmonary veins, it comes in the left auricles.
Left auricle. Yes, great. And it is called pulmonary. Now, who will explain both the slide? Now, Pooja will explain. Analysis. Sapna will explain. Any more? Anu will explain. Pallavi will explain. Yes. Muskan? Explain. Okay. So, alphabetically, whose name comes first? Anu. So, will you see the? You would like to see the slide or speak, or you speak directly? See the slide. Okay. So this is the first slide. If it is over, then you tell me exchange, or you can exchange by yourself. No problem. Yes, and everybody will give the marks. It's a 10 marks. Let understand how much marks he get to represent the first slide. Look, it's not a anything which you remember and learn. You have to understand the mechanism. Then you learn the terminology and you will be through on this heart circulatory system. Then only you are able to give the answer. Take,
The
yeah.
heart has four chambers. Upper chambers are right atrium and left atrium, and lower is right ventricles and left ventricles. From the lungs, the oxygenated blood carries to left atrium, comes left atrium to goes out left ventricle, and aorta, it is a vessel, and aorta carries the blood to the arteries. Arteries carries oxygenated blood to the capillaries. Capillaries in which oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood diffusion and
Exchange of CO2 and oxygen
CO2 and O2
takes place. Yes.
takes place, and then veins are deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood carries to right atrium.
Very good. Now second one. It's complete?
Yes.
Okay, great. Very good. So how much mark? Have you focused on her speech? Anisha, how much mark? Anisha will start. How much mark? Out of 10? 7. 7 or 8? 7. Muskan? Ashish, how much mark? No. How much marks you will give to Anu for presenting this slide? Surat 24. Sapna? 8. Pallavi? Okay. Alish? 8.9 means 9. Tell me 9. Okay. Okay. Priti? 7. 47. Aisa? 47 and 56. Yes. And
Circulation is known as pulmonary circulation. Here we have already studied that the arteries carried oxygenated blood, which is O2 plus blood, and vein carries deoxygenated blood, which is CO2 and the blood. But the scenario here changes.
Very good. Great. Now you give yourself what is the mark? How much marks you want to give for your speech?
Sir, 8.7.
8.7. Why you are taking 8.7? 8.6. Now you take 8.775. Either you take 9 or 8. No point is permitted. So 9. Okay. And rest, how much mark you will get, Muskan? 10. Sapna? Alvi? 9. Kriti? Answer? 10. Okay. No, no. It's not a matter that what you want to speak or what are you able to speak or no. It's a different matter. Okay. I know what. How much? 9. 10. So your average will be, I think, 9 because 9.5. So great. Very good. Good presentation. Now who will? Anu and two person can speak on. One is Anu. Okay. Tell. Both the slides. So
Firstly, the study of.
should I open? No problem.
Sir,
Okay.
please
Yes.
remove this slide. also.
Achha, so remove this slide also. So add one.
Firstly, the study of heart is called cardiology, and the doctor who left this, okay. And firstly, the first circulation is static circulation, where the lungs carries the oxygenated blood to the left auricle, and through the bicuspid valve, the blood goes to the left ventricle, and from the aorta, the oxygenated blood goes through arteries, and from arteries, the oxygenated blood carries to the capillaries, which is a thread-like structure, and then in the capillaries, the diffusion of oxygen and carbon dioxide takes place, and through veins. After capillaries, the capillaries takes the deoxygenated blood to the veins, and veins carries the deoxygenated blood also, and it takes to the right auricle through inferior vena cava, and the blood goes after that. This is the first circulation, which is called static circulation, and after that the second circulation starts, where the blood goes to the tricuspid valve to the right ventricle, and through aorta the deoxygenated blood goes through the pulmonary artery to the lungs, and in the lungs the alveoli, the diffusion of oxygen, again the diffusion of oxygen and carbon dioxide takes place, where the oxygenated blood goes to the left auricle through the pulmonary veins, and here's the second circulation completes. That's
Very good.
this is called the last.
If you take inferior vena cava, then you take superior and inferior vena cava both, or you just say vena cava only. Now who will next? Anu will next. Will you? Palvi tell.